So you're going to receive a package like this, and on the back the model of how you're going to put it together. And inside this package there are 24 different sheets that'll come in colors, and those will be all the components of the cheetah body. And there's a one-page guide for putting it together. It tells you how to do the folding and the gluing and how to put the cheetah together piece by piece. Now you are going to need some glue, and you can get that probably at your local artistic store. Let's get started, because we know that we need to start right up here building the head, and the first few sheets will be how we build that head. So in the first one, page 1 or sheet 1, we have 3 pieces, and we're just going to punch them out. So I've punched out the pieces very, very carefully, and what you get is a piece like this and a piece like this and one more piece. So those are the 3 pieces. They all have little fold lines. So now I've folded the first 3 parts of the head, and now we need to do the rest of the head. So this is the other part of the head. It's the second sheet. Let's start taking these, punching these out as well. We'll do it the exact same way, but they need to just be punched out a little. So as you can see, I'm just continuing to pop out the pieces. I find it's really good to work on a hard surface like this, because then you just can kind of push down. I'm on a glass table, so that makes it easier. You look at each of these, and as per the instructions, every time you see a dashed line, so long and then short, long, short, long, short, you fold out away from the numbers. And when it's just a dashed line, you fold in towards the numbers and on. So this is starting to create a shape. Take your time to look at it and fold carefully along that line. So we've got a piece that's starting to look like that. It's not fully folded, but when we start gluing it, that's when we'll match up the numbers and the glue, and it'll really start to become 3-dimensional. So now we have the first 2 pieces that we've put together. We've glued them. That's what it's going to look like from the outside. Let me just turn it over so you get a sense. We put C9 and C11 together. So C11, C9 together, and what we did was we matched these little numbers here. 76 went right on to 76 in the other piece. So it's just about matching numbers. You have to glue it. And we just use some paper clips here to kind of keep it for a little while as the glue dries. So here's what we were able to do already. This is the face of the cheetah, and it turns out that this is probably the hardest part of the cheetah to build, because as you can see, it's quite intricate. When we look at our block diagram here, we're now going to build the back of the head of the cheetah. So this is the 3rd page of what they've sent us. Great, okay. So let's start up here, and we're punching out the first piece of the back of the head, and we've popped them out of this one. And they're all here, but we also realized that we need one more from sheet 5. So now to build the back of the head, we have all our pieces assembled, and I'm going to start folding. So I'm going to start down here. C18 is the first piece that I folded, and as we recall, when it's a dashed line, we fold it away from the numbers like that. And I really discovered when I was doing the head that it's important to really make that crease a hard crease. So we've got all the pieces ready to make the back of the head of the cheetah. If you look closely, You can see that we folded all of these. All the creases are done. So when you look at it, see the dotted line here folds in towards the numbers. And we make the crease really hard. This one just here, as you can see, was a dashed line. And this is a tab. And we fold it outwards, away from the numbers. We know from the diagram over here that piece C22 is going to attach to piece C14. The numbers here match up. 87 here and an 87 there. We take out our glue, our white glue, and we're going to put that on the back side here of this tab. Don't put too much glue, but make sure you cover the whole thing. And then we take this piece here and carefully align it with 87, and we press on it. Look at this. So we've already done that. That's glued, and we just follow the numbers. So 149 on this side, 149 there, and all the way along 153, 153. So we've built the face of the cheetah, and here it is, and we've built the back of the head of the cheetah. Even we have the ears there. And so they're going to go together like this, but we're going to leave that to a little bit later. The next block, we've done block 1 and block 2, so the face and the head, and now we're going to start working on block 3, and that means that we're going to start working on the neck and the chest of the cheetah. And I've already punched them out, so here they all are, and I've been able to fold them, and again, as you can see, they're folded in. We fold on the dotted line, so that folds in. Remember, a hard crease, so it's really well folded. So we're all set to start building the neck, and let's start at the top. We've got 2 pieces that we'll glue together, and we're going to match the numbers, and I see 212 here, so I'm going to match that to the 212 here. And that means I have to take the glue stick and just put it on this big tab, nice and big, but I need to cover it like that. And then attach that here. Take care to line it up like that. And I just press on it. And just to make sure it's right, I turn it over to see whether it looks aligned, and it's pretty perfect. I feel it's already starting to stick. One of the things that makes it a little easier is just to take a paper clip like that and put it on. We put glue on that tab. We line it up like that. Check both inside where it's glued and outside. So here we are, and you can see that our cheetah is already starting to look like he's all together. If you remember, we built his face, then we attached the head, and then we attached the neck, we built the chest, and even the tops of the legs. And so if you look back to our block diagram, we've already moved through number 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're ready to move on to start to attach the legs. So here we have the 5 pieces that will help us build the left leg, and we've folded them so they're all set to go. We have the 2 pieces, and we're ready to attach 339 to 339. So we need to line them up and just make sure that they're well aligned, and we're going to put that piece there, and we're just going to hold it, press it, So we're just gluing this piece together, starting to get the round piece, just holding it here, making sure the glue dries, and you can see I'm just using a paper clip because that helps keep the two pieces together. But you should be able to just hold it for a short while and then just put it down. You might want to let it dry before you move to attaching the other pieces. So here we have the leg and the foot. It's almost put together, and we have just one more piece that we're going to need to attach here. So we have the foot attached to the leg, and you can see that it's all done. It's challenging to do, but just take a look at this back here. You can see there's a little hole here on the bottom, and what that's useful for is just if you can just, as you're putting it together and putting those tabs, you can stick your finger or maybe a flat tool, something in there, just to make sure that the tabs are really sticking together and glued. Cheetah, we're making a lot of great progress. Look at the beautiful legs that we've put on, the front legs, like this. Now just one thing to say is that when you're putting it together, you might want to put the bottom, build it down and put the bottom part of the leg on first on each side, and then go and put the foot on. Okay, so here's Rainbow. He's coming along, and now the next stage is to put on his back legs. I'm just finishing up this last piece, doing the final folds on this set, and we'll be able to start putting together the back legs in a few moments. So here we have the back paws all assembled. Remember, this is the front part of the back paws. So we're now going to attach this to the main part of the cheetah body. And we just glue this like this. Start with the center tab. We insert it there, line it up, and we just press on it to get a good glue. And I prefer to do it this way just to get one attachment, and then we'll start to work on the rest of it. So here we are. We've got Rainbow here, almost complete. We've put on the back feet, as you can see down here. It's looking really good, but we have to just finish the back of those feet and the tail, and then we're done. So let's continue on. So here we have Rainbow, and we're almost finished constructing him. We just have one more piece to do, and that is the tail. So we have cut out all the pieces, they're all folded, and we're going to be attaching it here. So here's the base of the tail, all folded, and we're going to be gluing it together like this. We're going to be inserting right in there, matching 136, 135, and 134 to the tabs. So here we are, we've got all the pieces together and our cheetah looks magnificent. But we have one more thing to do, and that's to put this tail onto the cheetah. Final tabs here, just 1, 2, 3, and we're ready to insert. So we've glued the tail on, it's all set to go, as you can see, nicely wrapping around our cheetah. And we've got one more thing to do, and that's to make sure that this last piece is glued to that, and that'll finish us off. So what we're going to do right now is to put a little glue there, a little glue there, and we're ready to just close it up like that. Perfect. So now we've put all the components of the cheetah together, and here he is. Let's just take a quick look at how he's turning like this. And he's ready to run.